From Creamer Media in Johannesburg, this is the Real Economy Report. Our top stories this week. We report on the unique aerofoil of South Africa's world-beating new glider. We visit supplier of asphalt products Much Asphalt's unique new green asphalt manufacturing plant in Benoni on the East Rand. And Clem Sunter forecasts possible future scenarios. South Africa's recently certified Jonker JS1 Revelation sailplane is probably the most advanced aircraft in its category in the world today. Keith Campbell has the story.
A key factor in the success of the JS1 is its unique aerofoil design, the aerofoil or airfoil being the cross-section shape of the wing which generates the lift that allows an aircraft to fly. This aerofoil was developed in South Africa by Jonker sailplanes to achieve optimum performance, measured in what are called Reynolds numbers. As applied to aircraft design, Reynolds numbers measure how smooth the airflow will be around an airframe. Jonker sailplanes chief design engineer Ati Jonker reveals the details.
The airfoils of the glider is very unique, and we all designed it all by ourselves, and it's laminar airfoil sections which are normal for gliders, long flow laminar sections. We get 90% laminar, 93% laminar flow on the bottom surface, 70% laminar flow on the top surface, which is in line with what other gliders also does. So it's nothing new to that extent that we get better performance out of that. But what we did is we didn't just develop one single airfoil for the glider as is normal or was normal before we did it. We looked at the whole wing, and for each station the Reynolds number is slightly different from the one left and right of it. And we also developed airfoil sections specific for that section, so that you don't lose airfoil efficiency due to the reduction of Reynolds numbers towards the tip. And that made a huge difference. So now our wing have a great initial airfoil, and we call that T12, and that came from A1 to 50 iterations, B1 to 50, and at T12 we couldn't get it better. And that's where T12 comes from. And then from the T12 airfoil, which is the mother airfoil, which developed 6 other child airfoils, which is tailored for the Reynolds number at the wing where they're sitting, so that the wing performs there as good as the mother airfoil at running at the higher Reynolds numbers. And that was key in our development.
Much Asphalt has recently commissioned the first green plant to manufacture warm mix asphalt in Africa. Petronel Smith reports.
While the hot mix asphalt industry is well known for high energy consumption and harmful emissions, Much Asphalt's new green system aims to reduce smoke and emissions on the plant without reducing the quality of the mix. The company's operations director, Benoni, tells us more about this plant.
What makes us unique is the fact that this is a first of its kind in Africa, for that matter. This is what we could term a green plant. It incorporates, or it uses the foaming technology to manufacture warm mix asphalt, which is also in use in Africa in terms of the uses of water. What it really comes down to is the fact that it uses water to increase the surface area of bitumen, thereby getting better adhesion, and in the process the temperatures of asphalt reduces by about 30 degrees Celsius, which is about a 20% drop. With that then goes obviously the carbon footprint decrease and all the nice things that goes with that. This is the biggest asphalt plant in South Africa. It's rated at 300 tons an hour. Together with that goes the 1200 ton hot storage facility, which then gives us about a 4-hour mixing time before the silos are full. Again, the silos are also insulated in order for us to store mix for about between 4 to 5 days.
Futurist forecasting for potential scenarios is important for strategic planning. Bradley Doubleman has this report.
Addressing the Licensing Executives Society International Conference, CEO of the Anglo-American Chairman's Fund and co-author of the book The Mind of a Fox, Clem Sunter spoke on the possible scenarios facing South Africa in a post-recession economic climate.
Number one, the banks are going to be much more heavily regulated around the world. And this possibility that they're going to be split up into investment banks and retail banks is still very much on the card, going back to the Glass-Steagall Act of the 1930s. The second is that credit is not going to be easy to obtain under any scenario over the next few years. The third is that the East is going to become the economic equivalent to the West. That's a huge statement after 600 years of supremacy by Western economies. But if you take India, China, Japan, the Asian tigers, Australia and New Zealand, that entity will be equivalent to the European Union and to the American economy. I mean, just do the figures. The American economy is a $14 trillion economy. Japan is 6 trillion. China is 5.5 trillion at the moment. So that's 11.5 trillion. And you can bet that the rest of the Asian tigers and Australia and New Zealand and India will add up to somewhere around 1.5 to 2 trillion. So it's going to be a completely different global economy when the game recovers.
And now for a sneak preview of this week's Engineering News magazine. In our cover story, we report that algal biofuels could be a viable endeavour, but more research is still needed. Read about the role Google Earth played in the discovery of 2 partial hominid skeletons in the Cradle of Humankind World Heritage Site. And we report that South Africa was facing no increase in the price for the 8 Airbus military A400M aircraft it had on order when it cancelled its participation in the program late last year. And in Mining Weekly this week. In this week's cover story, we report that the lithium market is seeing many new entrants as electric cars, consumer goods and alloys drive demand. We report that platinum can be mined free of cost at Anglo Platinum's rich, long-life Mogalakwena mine. And a request for a proposal for the building of a $600 million, 300-megawatt power plant using Anglo discard coal may be invited this year or early next. That's Creamer Media's Real Economy Report. Join us again next week for more news and insight into South Africa's real economy.
Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. So come on, I'm talking to you. Come on. Shout, shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Violent times. You shouldn't have to sell your soul in black and white. They really, really ought to know. Those one-track minds that took you for a working boy. Kiss them goodbye. You shouldn't have to jump for joy. You shouldn't have to shout. Yeah, shout, yeah. Let it all out. Let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on. later. Haligile child and time with the meter. Call it a bella bana, live and later. All in the name of making a dime, make a debater.
I started counting the amount of violent lives we lost over violent crimes, and I was astounded.
Now mom's crying, 3 kids left without a father figure.
Lucky Dubé, can't believe you deceased. Rockstars never die, brother, rest in peace. We might all look like men, but some are beasts. We can't let them win, we can't accept defeat.
And when you've taken down your guard,
If I could change your mind, I'd really love to break your heart. I'd really love to break your heart. I'd really love to break your heart. Come on, I'm talking to you. Gonna see my heart. Till I never miss your love. Shout, let it all out. These are the things I can do without. I'm talking to you.